Hello everyone. Throughout this class, we are going to be using an integrated development environment for all of the programming assignments. And the IDE or integrated development environment, which we'll be using is Visual Studio 2019. So the purpose of this video is to walk you guys through the steps of downloading and installing Visual Studio 2019, and also to show you guys how to create your very first C++ program. So once you log into the course page, you want to scroll down, click on enter this course, scroll down to module 2, and download the document for which contains the instructions on how to download and install Visual Studio. Now the version we'll be using, so once you click on the link and download the file, you should have something like this. Now the Visual Studio version we're using is Visual Studio 2019. So once you're on this page, there are two activities. The first is the download and installation. And then the second is that of creating our first C++ program. It's a very simple program which displays the message, hello world. So let's go ahead and proceed with the download and installation of Visual Studio 2019. So what you want to do is click on this link to navigate to the Microsoft Visual Studio homepage. Once you're on this page, if you have a PC, you'll go with this right here. If you have a Mac, you'll go with this. I'm doing the demonstration on a PC, so I'm going to go with this link. So click on the drop-down menu here and select Community 2019. Now, once you get on this page, ignore this window which prompts you to enter your email and country. And then launch, well, click here to open the file. Click on yes. And this takes you to, I need to change my share screen, new share. So this takes you to the Visual Studio installation window. Click on continue. Now, depending on your internet bandwidth or connectivity, the installation process should take anywhere from about 5 to 10 minutes. So right now we're downloading the installer, and then after that we'll proceed with the installation process. Let me go back to screen share. Okay. And so once you get to this window, you want to scroll down and select desktop development with C++. Click on that and then click on install. Now, if at any point during the installation process you're prompted to log in or sign in, go ahead and use your Wiley College email address, okay? So if you're prompted to sign in or log in, please use your Wiley College email address. And so as I said a while ago, the installation process will take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to pause the video right here and come back once the installation is almost completed. The installation is almost completed. Now, in my case, it's actually launching the Visual Studio, but I'll close it right here. And so at this stage, you have a Visual Studio installed. Now you may be prompted to restart your application or to restart your computer in order for the installation to be completed. If that's the case, go ahead and restart your PC. So now that we're done with the installation of Visual Studio 2019, we'll go ahead and create a very first application or very first C++ program. And again, it's a simple application or program which displays the message, hello world. So we're going to have to start Visual Studio. So click here to launch Visual Studio. Visual. So once you launch Visual Studio 2019, you will land on a page like this one right here. Go ahead and click on create a new project. And then make sure you select empty project and click on next. Next, you'll be prompted to type or enter the project name. I'll go ahead and type hello world. Now in my case, I already have a project with the name hello world, and so I'm going to use hello world 3, just so that there's no conflict. Next, you want to browse to the folder where you want your programs or applications saved. So I'm going to go to documents and I'm looking for C++. So this is where I want my program saved, because again, you'll be required to upload the source codes for your applications. And so it's important that you know exactly where the source code or the source file is saved. So I'll click on select folder to make sure that my application or the source code is saved within this folder. And then click on create. So apparently my sharing stopped. Okay. So once you click on create, you'll land on this window. And what you want to do is right click on source files on the right hand side, and then click on add and click new item. Once you're on this window, within the middle panel or area, click on the C++.ccp file. And then you want to make sure that the name here corresponds to the project name. Hello World 3. And that's simply the name for the source code. Click on add. Once you add an item, the design window will be displayed. And then you can go ahead and type the code as is displayed in this in the file, the PDF file, where is it right here? Not this one. So let me go ahead and download this. So at this stage, what we want to do is type all of this code from here all the way down to here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my design window. Now, as we get to learn further in the courses, one of the things we're going to learn further in the course is the fact that it's important to add comments to your programs. And so the very first thing we'll be doing is that of adding comments. And you add comments by using the // and this is known as the line comment. Again, we'll be talking more about comments as we move forward. That's just the asterisk. Hit enter, // again. And then what comes next is hello, the name of the project, hello world.cpp. That's the extension for C++. Enter // this program prints hello world, exclamation mark, // we close the comments or end the comments, asterisk again, and then enter, and we begin to now type in the code. Include. Now, the Visual Studio has a feature known as IntelliSense, which is simply a feature which kind of presents to you or makes suggestions of what you're trying to type. And so if you realize that what is being presented to you corresponds to what you want to type, in this case, wanted to type include, go ahead and double click it to select it. IOStream. Hit enter. Using name space standard std semicolon, enter the main but int main parenthesis open close, tab key to move the cursor in, actually curly braces open and closed, and then you want to type the printout message cout double quotation marks open and closed, hello world, exclamation mark, and then endline, ENDL, semicolon. Now, as we'll get to see, every statement in C++ ends with a semicolon. Return 0 to end the program, semicolon. At this stage, we're more or less done with typing the code. So what we want to do next is compile or build the code. And what happens during the compilation process is you're trying to make sure that there are no syntax errors. So go ahead and click on build and select build solution. So what this does is it simply compiles the project or the program to see if there are any syntax errors. Okay, this is the design window, and this is the output window. So we get the message: build, 1 succeed, 0 fail, 0 update. So this simply tells us that in as far as the compilation is concerned, everything went well. And you can also see that here it says no issues found. So build, 1 succeed, 0 fail, 0 update. No issues found. Next, we're going to run the application or debug. So click on debug and click on start without debugging. And that's the output, hello world. And so this tells us that our application is running. And so at this stage, you have actually created your very first program or project in C++. So you want to go ahead and either click here to close or click on the escape button on your keyboard. And you're done with your very first C++ application or program.